Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? This one took a little while, but I did finally finish grinding the link levels for the LR Gohan and Goten. As you can see, additional attack is level 17. Crits are at level 14, so basically wanted to focus a little bit more on additional attack and also just have an appropriate enough level for critical hits. As you saw, pretty much the links are finally level 10, so this is going to be pretty much on the Goku's family / siblings bond setup. So I do have the dual LR Gohan and Goten leads, but I do have various units that do link up quite well with the Gohan and Goten units. So again, this is more or less a showcase just to see how powerful these guys could be. So a lot of times you will see like a double support rotation setup, even though I don't necessarily run that on a typical basis. I really did want to see how high their attack stats could potentially be. So that's pretty much, you know, the reason why you see the movie heroes physical type Super Saiyan Gohan, as well as the Majin Buu Saga support Great Saiyaman, as well as, you know, Goku and Gohan exchange units, and the Int LR Goku as well. A lot of common links shared amongst the group, so as long as you have the, you know, movie hero Super Saiyan Gohan and an LR on the off rotation, you can pretty much cover all of the links. You know, even with this setup, you're linking up the majority of links, so you're getting the improvements overall, you know, across the board. So with that being said, let's just kind of do a quick review and talk about the unit. So again, the Gohan and Goten unit, one of my favorite LRs in the game. My top favorite LR is Tech LR Broly, but these guys will certainly be fighting for either second or third place. And let me just go ahead and clarify, this is based off of my favorites, personal favorites, not necessarily the best LRs in the game. All right, even though I rate them very, very highly, just wanted to clarify that because I know some of you guys get kind of technical when it comes to, you know, that sort of thing. So all right, with that being said, let's just go ahead and cover the units. So sibling spawn category, key +4, attack increase of 170%, and HP and defense increase of 150%. Also, again, Goku's family category lead, key +3, attack increase of 170%, HP and defense increase of 130%. These guys do have a lot of built-in functions, and super attack, you know, greatly raise attack for 1 turn, causes colossal damage. The 18 key will greatly raise attack for 1 turn and cause mega-colossal damage to enemy. And then they're able to build key based on the passive skill. So attack and defense increase of 58%. Launches an additional attack that's got a medium chance of becoming a super, key +1, and attack and defense increase of 10% with each attack performed, key up to a max of 5, and attack and defense increase up to 100%. And then the active skill, obviously you can kind of initiate that when HP is 59% or less and facing only one enemy starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle. Essentially what that does is massively raise attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to enemies. So you will see that pop off in this showcase, just to show you guys what these guys look like at max level links. Alright, so speaking of links, let's go ahead and talk about it. All in the family is at level 10, defense increase of 20%. Super Saiyan is attack increase of 15%. Golden Warrior is enemies defense minus 10% and key +1. Kamehameha is attack increase of 10% when SA is launched. Blazing Battle, just enemies Rampage and attack increase of 20%. Fierce Battle is attack increase of 20%. And Legendary Power is attack increase of 15% when super attack is launched. So a lot of attack building stats and improvements compared to, you know, what it was, you know, precursor to the actual changes to the link skills themselves, but also, you know, level 1 through 10, there's quite a bit of a difference even in that regard. In terms of like the categories, a lot of good categories this unit falls into. That's probably one of the perks about, you know, this particular card is, you know, Hybrid Saiyans, Majin Buu Saga, Full Power, Joined Forces, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Sibling Spawn, Super Saiyan, and Kamehameha. So a lot of categories are a part of this unit, and you could run, honestly, a diverse one. I was on the fence initially with the showcase whether I wanted to go this route or go with the Super Saiyan setup, but honestly, I kind of wanted to build a specific team for these guys and just kind of build around it, so that's kind of why I ended up with this format. But it works out pretty well because, again, I wanted to cover as much links as possible, but at the same time bring in some decent, you know, supporting type units on the rotation. That way we can maximize the attack and defense and just see how all that plays out. And, you know, honestly, this is yeah, I mean, this is very well worth the level grinds for the links, because yeah, you definitely do see a pretty big difference in terms of like the final, production out of level 10 versus level 1. So as you saw, both the active skill and the Dokkan mode attack, very very substantially healthy numbers to say the least. But again, the defense is also pretty good. I don't know what that last one, but the max, as far as I was aware, running through this test was probably about 303,000 in defense, which is extremely good. Again, it's not anywhere close to as good as some of the units that stack defense, but for a non-stacking unit, 300k in defense is extremely good in my opinion. So, certainly able to defend to some degree, although, depending on the event, these guys could still take a lot of hits, but a lot less than some of the other units I've seen for sure. So again, you're going to see a lot of the links covered. In some cases, I had to put them in the first slot in order to really just make sure they get as many attacks in as possible. So sometimes you kind of miss out on maybe an extra boost here and there, but it's not like every single link increases the attack or defense. Some cases it might just be a key boost and very small percentage toward attack or whatever the case is. So in that regard, I figured it was okay. So that's pretty much the approach I took out of it. And of course, again, the rotation really just derives on what kind of enemies are attacking in what spots, and that's pretty much it. The physical type Super Saiyan Gohan that you're seeing in the middle slot there, he's actually at 55% potential, so there's definitely a lot of work to be done on that unit. And of course, that guy only gets a real big boost of the 100% toward attack and defense when there's movie boss category enemy. However, it's a great support because he provides movie heroes category allies with key +2 and attack and defense increase of 40%, along with having very, very good link sets too, where a lot of it's actually shared with the LR Gohan and Goten. Now the Majin Buu Saga Grey Saiyaman is also pretty decent. Does have the ability to raise attack with the super, but also does provide Majin Buu Saga category allies or super type allies with key +2 and attack and defense increase of 30%. And again, it's another Gohan unit, so it's going to link up pretty damn well with the Gohan and Goten unit. So that's pretty much, the takeaway with that. The LR Goku unit, I did include it because obviously it's an LR, so you do get that 20 or 15% toward attack with the super being activated. But along with that, LR Goku does also provide a key and attack and defense boost for super type allies. I didn't necessarily take advantage of the 18 key where he does provide another 30%, I think it was, but just because I had very specific rotation that I wanted to maintain at the very minimum, the LR Goku was pretty much used as more or less a floater to provide that support whenever he was on rotation. So that's pretty much the format in terms of like the team building itself and how to run through it. Again, this isn't necessarily the team I would optimally run in terms of like going through a tough event or whatever the case is. Obviously I would bring in more powerful units like the agility LR Gohan and whatnot, other units that would certainly fall into it. But this was really just to highlight the performance of testing this guy out at 100% potential, as well as the max level link skills, and that's pretty much the whole reasoning behind it. So again, this is just to see this guy's maximum potential, and that's pretty much what this is. And honestly, I did really love this unit beforehand, but just going through after grinding pretty rigorously through the link levels, it's certainly worth it. They're just performing phenomenally right now. Obviously they look a little bit better because of sometimes the double support rotations or whatever, but even without it, like, you can easily expect 5 to 6 million with the 18 key super, and that's without the potential additional super attacks as well. So definitely a very powerful unit, and personally one of my favorites as well. It's a very, very fun unit. You could obviously run a combination of Siblings Bond and Goku's family with the leader skill they provide, and it's a lot of fun. I think one of the good things about this unit is that key +4 for the Siblings Bond category. That extra key boost, along in contrast to the typical +3, definitely does make a difference. And the great thing about it is it's not scaled down in terms of the attack to, let's say like 130 or 150% in some cases. Like a lot of cases where you have that key +4 Leader skill is scaled down to the 130% boost, but luckily in this case you still do get that attack increase of 170, and you know, that helps out quite a bit, along with building up the ki a little bit easier, you know, for the unit. I mean, not really that big of an issue because LR Gohan and Goten do build up their ki themselves, and you can get a max of 5 after, you know, fully maximizing the secondary passive. So it's not really that big of a problem as long as you build your team a very certain way and make sure they link up well. So that's personally my take on it. Very versatile unit, very fun unit, a lot of enjoyment running the sky on the team. So we'll finish off with type advantage against the Gogeta Blue. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and definitely stay tuned for the next one coming up. All right, that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.